Hello and welcome back to another video. This is Books and Notebooks and my name is Alan, and for this video I wanted to answer the questions associated with the Booktuber Newbie tag. I think there are 10 questions. I've got them written down so that I don't forget them, and yeah, 10. Just to kind of give you a feel for the book side of this channel. Obviously this is books and notebooks, and I don't know quite how the content is going to split across the two, but so far it's quite book focused, I think, at least of the kind of 2 or 3 videos, they're all about books. Anyway, we'll see. So let's kick this off. Why did you start this channel? Good question. I've been mulling this over for a while. I have a blog and write about books there, and I just thought I'd give it a go, see what happens. If nobody watches, then I probably won't record any videos, but I just thought I'd dip my toe in the booktube world and see what happens. I don't think there's anybody out there who's kind of talking specifically about the books that I'm reading at the moment and that I'm interested in, so we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, what can you bring to booktube? Well, I think kind of just touched on that. I think there's sort of genres that I'm not seeing. I'm probably just not looking in the right place. I mean, there's probably thousands of booktubers out there talking about the books that I'm interested in. I just haven't found them yet. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in, well, I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's kind of what I'm thinking about in terms of, I think there's a bit of a niche around some of the books that I read, at least. Some of them are not; they're well covered elsewhere. So I'll just have a probably different point of view. What are you most excited about? Oh, I don't know that I'm actually that excited. I'm quite nervous, as probably coming across in these videos, but yeah, I'm excited to interact with other people and see what other people think. And who knows, maybe make some friends along the way. We'll see what happens. Why do you love reading? Uh, That's really difficult to answer because I've always read books, or when I was a kid, it was comics and things like that. So I, it's part of my upbringing, almost part of my, I want to say it's DNA because that sounds a bit contrite, but it's something that I've always done. It's something that kind of brings a bit of calm and solace to my life when things are quite stressed. Helps me get to sleep at night, all sorts of things. But yeah, I think it's just always been a part of my life. So yeah, that's why I think I love reading. It's just a part of me. What book or series got you into reading? That's it is difficult and it isn't difficult. I think my earliest memories are reading things like the Dandy comic rather, and Commando magazines and things like that. Those are kind of my earliest recollections of reading. But I think I then moved on to things. I've got some here. So I think one of the biggest series that I started was the Willard Price adventure series, and this is the first one I read, African Adventure, and this really got me into reading this series, partly because it's around things that I'm a biologist by training, and I'm probably a biologist by training partly because of this series as well. So yeah, really, this is where I kind of earliest memories of really kind of consecutive and constructive reading, but then also things like the Hardy Boys and the Three Investigators. They all got me kind of interested in crime fiction, if you like, and also Sherlock Holmes, Conan Doyle. I'm rereading all of these at the moment. This is a complete edition, but I'm rereading. I think I've done a study in Scarlet and Sinophore, and I talked about the Sinophore in another recent video. And then I'm going to move on to the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So all of those, and then other things, I don't know. Susan Cooper, Oversea Understone. Love that book. And that, again, something like that. Tolkien, The Hobbit. Reading that one summer holiday, a chapter a morning in bed before I got up. So yeah, I've got a great love for Tolkien. When did you start reading? Oh, I kind of think I've just answered that, haven't I? As a kid, very much so as a kid. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? I think I'd ask for book recommendations, current kind of new or newish authors. I've got a great love of Alistair MacLean, Dick Francis. You can probably see it behind me, Stephen King, Len Deighton up there, Colin Dexter, H.P. Lovecraft, as fiction, and then a lot of non-fiction around natural history, military history, particularly the Second World War. So, but I think I've kind of got out of touch in recent years as to what's good now. If you go on Amazon or Waterstones or one of the websites and you kind of look in those genres, there's hundreds, and I don't know what's good. I don't know what if you like Alistair MacLean, or if you like Len Deighton, you'll love. So yeah, I don't know. So I guess I'd ask for recommendations of kind of current authors, because I don't know what's good. So yeah. What challenges do you think starting a YouTube channel will be hardest to overcome? I think being consistent, getting to grips with the YouTube software. I've had YouTube channels in the past, but I noticed that the software is kind of it seems a bit easier to use, to be honest. But yeah, I haven't used it for years, so I don't know. Let's wait and see. But I think being consistent and trying to I'm trying to aim for 1 or 2 videos a week. But I don't know. I've got a kind of list of ideas, and I think having the spread across books and notebooks will help a bit, because I can chop and change from maybe do one video about books each week, and then maybe another one about books or notebooks. I think that's kind of the way I see it in my head, but I don't know. But I think consistency and getting to grips with YouTube is going to be the two biggest issues, and not falling foul of copyright infringement and things like that, which pretty don't think is going to be too big a deal, but we'll see. Okay, number 9. Where do you read? Anywhere, everywhere. I work from home, so kind of I try and structure my day so that I finish kind of mid to late afternoon, and then I'll very often go and sit this time of year in the garden and read, or on the sofa or whatever, and then evening and bedtime. But if I'm traveling, which don't do quite so much now, I used to read a lot on trains. I used to get a lot of books read on trains. Don't travel much on trains anymore, so and that's just the way my work's changed. But yeah, I think anywhere and everywhere, I'm always reading, pretty much. If it's not a real book, it's on a Kindle, anywhere. So. And number 10, what kind of books do you like? Oh, I think I've given that away as well. I should have looked at these a bit more detail before I started. As you can probably say, as I say, Dick Francis, Alistair MacLean, 2 of my kind of series that I collect first editions of, and also Stephen King. But I like the kind of Cold War thrillers, so I'm rereading Craig Thomas's thrillers. So those sorts of things. The older Tom Clancy's, not the kind of modern, because I mean he died quite a few years ago, so not the ones written by somebody else with his name on the cover. That's something I want to talk about because that bugs me a bit. So yeah, but as I say, thrillers, crime, military history, natural history, travel, any of those things are in my wheelhouse. But anything kind of adjacent to that. So Stephen King is known for writing horror. So some other horror authors, Dean Koontz, for example, I've read quite a lot of. But anything like that. So yeah. Okay, that's the 10. Have you got any questions for me? Let me know in the comments, and either I'll try and answer them, or maybe they'll spark another video idea. But if you have been, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye.